Hello everybody, Andy here from GS4U. We're just going to educate you a little bit today on lengths of ground screws and ground terrain and the levels on the terrain. So normally, in a perfect world, we turn up on site, the ground is nice and level, brilliant, we do the testing, 1250s are pulling 27 kilonewtons, brilliant. Okay, we're going to bang 1250s in all day long, that's not a problem. That's in a perfect world. Unfortunately, in the UK, we don't live in a perfect world. The ground terrain is up and down, different levels, etc. Some might be backfilled, some might be made up ground, and anything like that. So we come across all these situations. But what we're seeing more and more on other people's social media, and it honestly, it kills me, is somebody will turn up to site. So scenario one, somebody's turned up to site, and the ground is fairly level, then it dips away, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 inch, 12 inch, whatever, might be a foot, okay? So what they go and do is they bang 800 meters or whatever into the ground, but they still use the same screw where the ground's tapering away. So that is completely wrong, and I hope we all understand the reasons why. So you should always have at least 2/3 of the ground screw in the ground, okay, at least. So what's happening is when you get to this situation, you've probably either got 50, 40, 30% in the ground. So that structural bearing on that screw there is far less than the structural bearing on these two screws here, okay? And again, obviously, as it goes down, you might stick another one in, and then there's even less. There might be 10% in the ground. Okay, that is not going to do anything, because over time, these two screws are going to sink down. Okay, so that's what's happening in this industry at the moment. I see it every day on Facebook and Instagram, all the media, where they're putting the wrong screws in the ground. Okay, so again, please be careful with that. What should do in the real world is they should always take a huge range of screws from 1250s to 2 meters, even extendables. So again, we come to site, we put the tests on, brilliant, yeah, the ground's perfect for 1250s. Okay, so we're going to start with a 1250 on the nice flat bit, okay? But then there might be a divot in the ground. So on that divot, we need to up the screw size to 1500. So 1.5 meters in the ground. So you're still keeping the 2/3 bearing in the ground, okay? And then it drops down another 300 or 400 mil. So then we should use a 2 meter. So we're using a 2 meter screw there, okay? And we're still keeping the 2/3 in the ground. And then again, as the ground rises back up, that there goes back to a 15 and etc, etc. So I hope you all understand the concepts and the logic of it. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy science. So that's what should be happening. Unfortunately, that's what is happening. Okay, so again, just make sure you're using a reputable company who know what they're doing, and stop these cowboys from your building sinking all over. Okay, so just make sure everything's in place, all the testing's there, structural loadings are there, structural calculations are there, and everything should be good to go. Okay, so that's my little tip for making sure that we use the right screws for unlevel terrain or land. Okay, hope you all have a great day. Ground Screw Guy.